All right, when you hear the term AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably some amazing, mind-bending art, or maybe a super smart chatbot, right? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on AI's hidden superpower, one that works completely behind the scenes but affects pretty much every single product you touch.
I mean, over the last few years, generative AI has just exploded. You've seen those incredible images that look like photos, and you've probably read about AI writing everything from poetry to actual computer code. Honestly, it can feel like pure magic. And then, of course, there are the chatbots. You know, tools like ChatGPT have become total household names. They're changing how we do our homework, how we write emails, how we create, everything. The growth has been absolutely staggering. But for all that incredible creative and conversational wizardry, what if I told you that one of AI's most powerful, most impactful applications is something way less glamorous? Something that's actually essential to our daily lives. It's a process that starts with a single click and ends with a package right there on your doorstep.
So first, let's just get a sense of the sheer scale of this AI boom. Because trust me, it is so much bigger than just a few clever chatbots.
To put this in perspective, get this. ChatGPT got 100 million users in only 2 months. 2! That kind of adoption rate is, well, it's completely unheard of. It shows you just how fast this tech went from being a cool toy for nerds to a worldwide phenomenon.
Okay, but let's look past the chatbots and the image generators for a minute. AI is quietly, behind the scenes, performing these little miracles of efficiency in the world of logistics and supply chains.
Now, you've probably heard the term supply chain, but what is it, really? Well, think of it as the entire, incredibly complex network that gets a product from wherever it's made all the way to you, the customer. We're talking suppliers, factories, warehouses, trucks, planes, you name it. It is a massive, tangled web of moving parts.
Trying to make a supply chain run smoothly is like trying to solve the world's hardest Sudoku puzzle. A puzzle with millions of squares, where the numbers are constantly changing. Every tiny decision, which warehouse to use, which truck to put a package on, has a ripple effect across the entire system.
So to make this a little less abstract, let's zoom in on an example we all get, the mail. The journey of just one single package is basically a perfect little miniature version of this giant global puzzle.
I mean, just look at this web of connections. It's wild, right? Every time you order a new pair of shoes or send a birthday card, you are kicking off an insane journey through a network that looks just like this. And the big challenge? Finding the single best, most efficient path through all of that beautiful complexity. At its core, that journey can be broken down into 4 main steps. First, suppliers have to collect all the different parcels. Then, they get sent off to these big regional warehouses for sorting and storage. From there, they move to more local spots, like your neighborhood post office. And finally, they make that super important last-mile journey right to your door.
So the big question is, how do you solve a puzzle this massive? You can't just wing it. This is exactly where mathematical modeling and AI come into play. Researchers have built these incredibly sophisticated models to find the absolute best, most optimal solution.
And here's the goal. Here's the whole point. The AI's mission is to make the total cost as low as possible. It does this by juggling 3 main things. First, transportation costs. You know, fuel, drivers, keeping the trucks running. Second, facility costs, the price of opening and running all those distribution centers. And third, what they call holding costs, basically how much it costs to just let a package sit in a warehouse.
So, what did the model find? Well, one of the key discoveries was this. When the capacity of a facility gets bigger, the overall cost of the whole system actually goes down. It's a classic case of economies of scale. Bigger facilities mean you can plan more efficient shipping routes. Simple enough, right?
But it's not that simple. The model also found something else, something that probably feels pretty intuitive. As the sheer number of packages flooding the system goes up, the total cost also goes up. Makes sense, right? More packages means you need more trucks, more warehouse space, more everything.
And this creates this incredibly delicate balancing act. See, on one hand, bigger facilities are way more efficient, which makes things cheaper per package. But on the other hand, a huge volume of packages drives up all your other costs. The AI's real job is to find that perfect sweet spot, that perfect equilibrium between these two competing forces. So why does any of this matter? Well, because the exact same logic that makes your mail delivery cheaper and faster can be applied to almost every supply chain on Earth.
from the food in your grocery store to the medicine at the pharmacy. The future is all about making these vital networks smarter and more efficient.
And hey, this is not about replacing people with robots. Not at all. As researchers Christiana Lara and John Wasik put it, the future is about the orchestration of human and computer-based decision makers. Think of it like a partnership. The AI is the ultimate navigator, giving us the best possible map, and we humans use our experience to actually drive the car.
So, the next time a package shows up at your door, just take a second to think about the invisible intelligence that guided its entire journey. It kind of leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? As AI gets better and better at solving these huge logistical puzzles, what other massive, complex, global challenges could we point this incredible power at next? Thanks for tuning in.